Welcome to the Taking the Lead podcast, where we empower people to be unstoppable. I'm Christina Hepner with my co-hosts Leslie Hoskins and Timothy Cuneo. I cannot believe we're at the end of the year already.
It is flying by so fast.
I know we say this every year. It just keeps getting faster.
I think the older you get, life gets quicker.
Yeah, I feel like that saying, and I know I've said it on the podcast before, but it's how I'm living my life right now, is the days are long, but the years are short.
Yes.
And that is, I just feel that every single day.
Well, Glacier's getting ready to turn 7.
Which is nuts.
So, I mean, I'm living through her, and she's 7 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and come early January, that would be our 4th anniversary of the podcast.
Well, it'd be technically we just went through our 3rd year, so we're going to be going beginning our 4th.
Yeah, I was going to say we started in 21.
That's insane that we've been on that long. That's cool.
And we still have things to talk about.
Yeah. And we've had to deal with each other for that long.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
It's been easy.
I know.
Speak for yourself, Timothy. No,
I know. I'm not always there.
I'm
so
totally kidding.
I don't know how you do it, Leslie. I really
we are
don't.
really fortunate that we all do get along so well and work well together. We
I know.
divvy up topics and work responsibilities, and we're lucky.
And when I started, I mean, you guys were both strangers to me, so you guys just let me in.
You never met me till about a year into this.
Yeah.
Then when you finally met me, so we act like we were best friends.
I know.
I don't know who this person is.
That is true, but yeah, people would always ask like, "Oh, like how long have you known Timothy?" I'm like, I've actually never met him in person.
I know.
We've only talked on.
And now we've got a very consistent group chat message going.
Yeah, we do.
So
We do.
Here we are, 3 years later, almost going into our 4th.
Yes.
Wild.
That's
I know.
wild. So what was your year like? What did everybody do? I mean, how would this examine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest accomplishments or things to talk about?
Yeah.
I'll say one of the biggest things that I've really been working on, and we've been working on, I shouldn't just say I, but as an organization, is accessibility. And I know we've always been, very proactive, and accessibility has been a priority. But this year we, created an internal accessibility committee. And we've just really been focusing on how we can do better and then holding one another accountable. And so I think it's something that we are definitely really proud of. And I'm excited to see where we go with it and how much we can accomplish. We've definitely got an accessible residence. We've got the bump dots, we've got tactile markers, we've got Alexas, we've got all these different things, but there's just a little bit more that we can do. We need to update our signage, here and there, and making sure that all of our events are accessible, whether it be virtual or in person. So getting every department to think about accessibility and the buy-in, right? Why it is so important and how it impacts people's lives when there is a barrier and they can't access something, and the frustration. And so it's just been a really exciting year because people are getting excited about accessibility and identifying, hey, wait a minute, I think we could do this better.
Yeah.
And that's been pretty cool.
And it's constantly changing with technology as well. I mean, on the digital side, we've been working, Leslie has been great in helping us identify different topics with our emails, and the website is a huge one that we've been really working on as well. And social media, we've actually brought in a platform that we did research on that was accessible not only on the user side, but the end user side as well. So very cool.
Yeah.
And Leslie's been spearheading a lot of this. So
the best thing about it is we've got representation from all the departments, and everybody is bringing such good experience to the table that the conversations are really great. The education that team members are bringing back, and it's really, really exciting. And, making our whole organization more accessible so that hopefully, our clients, of course, utmost priority, feel that they have access to everything, but team members, volunteers, donors, anybody who steps foot on our campus or interacts with us in any way, that they have full access. And that's talking about people with all disabilities, not just blindness and low vision. So really just exciting year. And I'm excited to see where we go in 2025 and what we accomplish there.
yeah.
Well, it's nice that you guys keep evolving, because you can think you got everything solved, and we got a new thing. So it's you guys grasp it and keep on going.
That's such a good point. We talk about accessibility as being a moving target, and we're never going to get it all fully right? Because things keep changing, technology keeps changing, and everybody wants access in a different way or different format. But if we keep striving towards that goal and keep recognizing that we have to keep changing, I think we're on the right track.
Yeah. Well, Leader Dog's really good about that.
I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah. What about you, Christina?
Yeah.
So professionally, I'd say Timothy's laughing at the way I said that. I would say with marketing, we have a newer team, and it's been so much fun to kind of get different perspectives. They both came from outside organizations, different places, and have brought really good perspectives, and just getting them to know about Leader and our mission. It's been really cool. And my team is also raising a puppy together. So I think that's a huge accomplishment. It's been a great team building activity. It really helps you to work together as a team because we all have to be raising this puppy and knowing what each other is doing the same thing. So it's been such a great year. And I think that's a big accomplishment, is starting to do that as a team, doing more team building without, a team that's cohesive and together. We can't do what we do, so it's been great to build this team and take it to the next level in marketing.
I think one of my favorite things about having new team members, and especially your two new team members, is seeing like Leader Dog through their eyes for the first time, like watching other people get just as excited about the mission and learning and going through, a blindfold walk experience, or interacting with clients and having conversations and hearing their stories and watching them get excited and have ideas and want to, give back and just be such a part of the mission is so much fun. And you've got a really great team who is motivated and definitely invested in the mission.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
That gave me a warm feeling inside.
Yeah, it's good. Marketing's doing really well.
Yeah,
they're exciting.
That's good for you, Christina. You've done that. So congratulations.
Well, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Look at being nice to me for once.
I know.
It is the holiday season. We got to
Enjoy
do
it. It's going to be over any second.
I know. And the new year starts, you guys are going to be like, all right.
We're back on it again.
We'll give you a moment.
We're getting ready for that the run that Johnny's going to win in the future again. So.
Oh, goodness. We can't even get into that.
Oh, personally, though, I ran a marathon.
Yeah,
so there we go.
Okay. That's fantastic.
I don't know how you do it.
So you cannot say that Johnny ever wins in these races.
Oh, my gosh. We can't get into
Yeah, we
it.
don't wanna do that.
I can't.
Just going to point that out.
Okay.
Timothy,
All right.
what about you? What did this year bring for you?
Well, let's see. In April, I joined the Lions, so you can call me Lion Timothy.
Lion Timothy.
Yeah. We joined the MD Multi-District 22 in Maryland. I did that for my friend Bob Jones, who passed away early this year.
Mm-hmm. That's
I want to
wonderful.
be part of the club. He was very important to me and Leader Dog.
That's a really great way to honor somebody.
So he will be missed. And so we did a lot of traveling and went on a cruise to Canada. We enjoyed that cruise, of course, and Glacier went.
Mm-hmm.
She's really good on those cruises. And so I can't go without my dog.
Yeah.
That you can take your dog on. So just life, and being around you guys and seeing you guys earlier this year.
Yeah.
And doing this podcast is very, very nice, and meeting people that listen to the podcast on my travels. I've had several come and see me when I'm out and about, and so it's exciting that I feel like I'm doing something and helping somebody's life, because you know what, we all have struggles, and I went through it, and there's somebody out there who was just like me 6 years ago, and I just want to keep on because I don't want something to happen to somebody that we could have helped.
So many people relate to you and your story and feel inspired by you. And you being on this podcast, for one, and being vulnerable and sharing your experiences and your stories has been fantastic. But also, you are a client speaker. You are going out all the time on our behalf and speaking to Lions or other clients and just sharing your journey, really. And it's been fantastic. And so many people relate. So many people ask us all the time, like, when can I meet Timothy? Or I love his story, or this and that. So you are definitely making an impact, and we are very grateful for the work you do.
I appreciate the opportunity because I want to give back, and I feel like I can do that, and I feel like I don't do enough. So that's just my attitude.
I mean, I can't even probably name off how many places you've gone just this year on our behalf.
Yeah.
I know. It's amazing.
Well, when I go with the Lions, they love Leader Dog. They absolutely love Leader Dog. And so they do anything that as much as they can for us. And becoming a Lion, they invested in me, so I want to be a part of them. And that's why I joined the Lions also. So I'm loving being a Lion.
That's cool. Do we need to change our intro to Lion Timothy?
No.
No?
Only when I'm at a Lions meeting,
yeah.
I guess.
All
So,
right. You
He's
just
got his
keep us
podcast
posted.
hat on right.
Okay.
now.
Yeah, right now I'm doing Leader Dog stuff. So. But this counts as my as my community work. The
For
podcast is.
sure.
So
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's good.
You're spreading the
Yeah.
mission, spreading awareness, advocating, educating. That absolutely is an effort in that direction.
But you know what? I'm still learning myself. Every day I learn about technology and stuff. So I'm never done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's always so many new things, and it is cool to be in this space and learn and see what the technology is bringing. And LeaderDog specifically is trying to stay on the front of everything. And so we have kind of, I don't know, made ourselves aware or available to be like beta testing for a lot of new technology. And so a lot of like GPS devices or wearable devices or things like that, a lot of those companies reach out to us because we have access to so many clients and they want to come and experience things, or they want to trial things with a guide dog and see how their technology would work. And so this has been a fun year. We've worked with a couple of different companies and kind of learned what they're working on. And technology is going in a very exciting place. And I think there's a time and a place for it, right? When it's appropriate and it's not something that we want to fully ever rely on. But it is pretty cool, right?
Yep.
To give more access to different things and see the progress. And so I am excited about the future. I think there's going to be a lot of new things that are going to be really impactful on people's lives.
Oh, remember, I'm still working with Georgia Tech on that robotic guide dog.
Right,
So
right.
I'm going up there in February, I believe, to do some more of that. So looking forward. And they listen to my ideas and they implement them, and that's
Right.
cool.
And they want to learn from the source, right? Like, what's the point of them making a robotic guide dog that's not actually going to be beneficial for somebody who's blind or visually impaired? So it's fantastic that they're reaching out to a guide dog user.
And they're listening to the podcast too.
Yes. Which
That's
is very cool.
fantastic.
Well, now looking into the new year, do you guys have any goals, resolutions, anything?
2025, I think, let's see. Well, I talk about accessibility. I definitely still want to be a part of that and continue to grow and develop and learn new things. I'll tell you, I'm really excited. You know, right now or this fall, we've barely been talking about the unmet needs survey results, and we've been having some conversations internally and kind of what we learned from all of that. So I'm excited to see where that goes and hopefully to be a part of it in some way, especially as outreach. You know, my main goal is to spread the mission and resources of LeaderDog and let people know about our organization and how they can get involved, whether a client, a volunteer, or donor. So I'm excited to have hopefully some new information or new programming or something kind of coming in 2025 that I can be a part of.
Yeah, it is very exciting. I'm very excited to hear about all of the unmet needs because we've been talking about that for so long. I guess for me, it would be really expanding our marketing efforts, taking it to the next level. There's so many opportunities that we have, and we've been working so well with all of the teams because we market literally every department in LeaderDog. So I'm excited to kind of continue the work, but also take it to the next level in this new year with new technology, having social in-house and all of that stuff. So,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
I think that's one thing that everybody realizes about marketing for us. It's, you know, not just about getting donations, right, to keep our mission going, but you're marketing to people who need services.
Yeah.
You're marketing to volunteers to get involved and help us. We can't do it alone. So there are so many avenues and things and different audiences that you have to think about in that department. So I just think that's really cool and something I did not realize until I kind of joined the marketing team.
Yeah. And now you share an office with me.
I
I know.
know.
And now I can't get rid of marketing. I'm like, oh, now I've got Christina in my head all the time of like, well, should I do this or what do I need to do? I got to ask her opinion on things. I was living a very peaceful life before.
I just shake things up.
Yeah, bliss of not knowing. But no, I've learned a lot and it's been really good.
Well, I'm going to try to go to a convention this year, the ACB or NFB.
Okay.
I haven't been one in a couple of years.
Oh,
So
I
I-
can't even think where they are.
I think the ACB, I don't know about ACB. NFB is going to be in New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
Ooh.
New Orleans,
Fun.
yes. I'm going to give me some of those powdered donuts. I forget what they call them.
Beignets?
Beignets.
Yeah.
When I went last time, I was in New Orleans. I got beignet sugar all over Glacier.
That is funny because she has a black lab. So
Yeah.
it probably looked like it was snowing on her.
Which is still funny to begin with, that Glacier is a black
Yeah.
lab.
So I want to do maybe a convention this year, and then all the line stuff that I hopefully will do, and just my personal travel. I like traveling,
Yeah.
and it just emphasizes how much importance Glacier is in my life.
Yeah.
I have traveled so much in the past almost 3 years now,
Oh my gosh,
and I
yes.
cannot imagine without my cane or Glacier.
Right. Well, Timothy, it was so funny when we picked you up from the airport when you were here. Glacier knew the Leader Dog van.
She saw Leslie pull up, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
she boom.
I know. We were just standing there, and all of a sudden she's like, "We're going."
She knew the van.
where we were going.
She knew the van. I could not believe it.
And there were so many cars
Yeah.
where we were, and it was
really
really
fun.
cool to see.
That was fun.
Leslie probably put liver all over it, so she.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, she will know this vehicle. No, just real quick, I want to go back and make sure everybody understands those conventions, NFB and ACB. Those conventions are the National Federation of the Blind and the American Council of the Blind, and they put on giant conventions every year. And it is a great way to learn about blindness and low vision. It's a great way to get involved with advocacy efforts and just learn what's going on in the community, and also just meet other people. So if you do have an opportunity, it sounds like National Federation of the Blind is going to be in New Orleans, and I'll have to look up maybe really quickly where ACB is going to be, because it's a great opportunity to go. And we always send representatives from our organization to be there and talk about our programs and services. And last year, I know Melissa Wise, our CEO, and Dunny Lando, our Chief Impact Officer, attended, and it was fantastic. So it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. And I learn so much at the conventions when I go to them. And you get to hang around people that has the same problem as you. How uplifting is that? Because you know you're not alone now. And that was my first thing I did with that cane when I didn't know how to use it, Leslie, if you remember.
That's
how I found Leader Dog.
Yeah.
I stumbled up, and Meredith goes, "Have you ever thought about getting a guide dog?" And I looked at her and said, "I don't know how to use this thing." So that's not even in the book. And that's how it all started. So Leader Dog helped me out so much when I went to the convention. So there's so much there with technology and stuff. So if you get a chance, an opportunity, I would go to at least one, and you'll see what it's all about and how much it can impact your life.
Those are some great New Year's goals.
Yes.
So, good time to be thinking about that too.
And I'm going to get older in about 2 weeks.
Oh,
My birthday's coming up.
yeah.
Oh.
And so is Glacier. She's right behind mine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she'll be 7 at the end of January.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That's wild.
It is. Time's going by fast. I'm telling you, the days are long, but the years are short. Keeps applying
I know.
to everything.
All right.
But it's been good, you guys. What another fantastic year. We have done so much. We have shared so many stories of fantastic clients and volunteers and team members and donors. And to be a part of this podcast with you two is so much fun. I learn something every single time. I'm so delighted that we have this platform that's accessible and available to everybody, and that we get to share these fantastic stories of these wonderful people and our great organization. So thank you for both of your work throughout
Happy
the year.
holidays to everybody and how you celebrate this time of the year. Happy holiday, and hopefully you stay safe, and Happy New Year.
Absolutely. Fantastic. And thank you to our listeners, because we wouldn't do this podcast without you. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for listening to this shorter episode of the Taking the Lead podcast. I'm Leslie Hoskins with host Timothy Cunio and Christina Hepner. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and please join us next time as we continue to dive into the world of blindness.
Yes, and if you'd like to learn more about applying to our free services at Leader Dog, you can head to leaderdog.org or call us at 888-777-5332. Don't forget, you can reach us at takingthelead@leaderdog.org with any questions or ideas. If you like today's podcast, make sure to hit subscribe and check us out wherever podcasts stream.